I speak from my own experiences. Why do I have to talk about current events that don't affect me? Disability justice and attacks on Section 504, Medicaid, and public safety are relevant to all of us. The genocide of Palestine, Sudan, Congo, and many other places is relevant to all of us. Racism is relevant to all of us. Anti-trans violence is relevant to all of us. Yes, some folks are way more impacted, and that has to be acknowledged, but even if any of this wasn't directly relevant to you, you still should care. And if you think talking about equality isn't relevant to your community, who is your community? If you think talking about equality is bad for business, who are your customers? Call me radical, but I think if you have a platform of any notable size, you should use it consistently for good when you can. And even if you don't, that's still important because call-ins from friends and family we know closely can be super impactful. But I don't know anything about that. Okay, it's a great time to learn then. Do your research and stop expecting marginalized folks to educate you for free. There's so much great knowledge being shared online, in libraries, and beyond. But keep in mind it's a privilege to learn about racism, genocide, and other topics secondhand than to be directly impacted by them every day. But it's not my place to talk about that. Is it not? Putting the burden on marginalized folks to be solely responsible for advocating for their own liberation is unfair, especially as someone who likely benefits from that complicity. Your support and voice is absolutely needed as someone who is less impacted with more privileges. But I'm not qualified to speak on that. That's fine. No one wants you to be an expert, but just remember, you don't have to be an expert to say that genocide is not okay. Amplify others and share their work directly with credit. And while awareness and education is important, do focus on sharing real calls to action when you can, like scripts for calling or emailing your reps, attending protests, town halls, digital events, and more. But yes, many marginalized folks don't have the option to opt out of these conversations because the outcome of them deeply affects our personal safety, rights, and communities. No matter what space we are in and how isolated it may seem to you, racism, anti-trans rhetoric, ableism, and much more are always there too. And your spaces aren't exempt from these oppressive systems either. It's all connected, whether you know that or not. But just like our oppression is deeply tied together, so is our liberation, and that means there's immense power in numbers and community. You don't have to lead the charge, you just have to get involved with people who are already doing this work, which is a lot. But what I can tell you is that it will always be a benefit to you, your community, and all of ours to consider intersectionality experiences outside your own, consistently. Whatever you share, it will always benefit from that exploration. And the most important reminder, it's not all or nothing. We all make mistakes and need breaks, but what matters is that you keep showing up every day. Bye, friends.